Channel6.ca, supported by...
Sadly, the summer is over and it's time to think about winterizing your RV. Vellner Leisure Products has an annual drive-through winterizing event, October 2nd to 4th and October 16th to 18th. It's Vellner Leisure Products, the RV store in the corner with the fountain, Red Deer. The teamwork between the RCMP Priority Crimes Task Force in Red Deer and the Calgary Police Service has resulted in a major organized crime bust.
We believe that the individuals that were charged today are associated to an organized crime group that was in the process of transitioning from a low-level or street-level group to a mid-level organized crime group. We know through our investigation, which remains ongoing, that this group had ties to organized criminals in British Columbia.
While both CPS and Red Deer RCMP were working on their own drug trafficking cases, the realization came late last year that the two were investigating the same suspects.
The CPS drug unit initiated our investigation in March of 2015 after receiving a tip about ongoing drug activity. We quickly noted connections to the Red Deer area. When Red Deer Area RCMP GIS and the Priority Crimes Task Force initiated their own investigation in October, after receiving independent intelligence regarding drug activity, it became clear that the RCMP and the CPS were investigating the same suspects.
The Priority Crimes Task Force spent significant time gathering intelligence between October and the end of December. Two of the suspects who live in Red Deer and Calgary were extremely active in drug trafficking and violent crimes in Red Deer.
But then in early January, there was a break in the investigation.
On Tuesday, January 5th, 2016, CPS responded to an attempted armed robbery at the Rocky Mountain Pawn Shop located at 4108 McLeod Trail South, Calgary. The suspects fled in a stolen vehicle that police believe was connected to the trafficking investigation. Numerous Calgary police units responded, including the Hawks helicopter, which observed the suspects abandon the stolen vehicle and flee in a second vehicle. Police conducted a high-risk traffic stop of the second vehicle in the 100 block of Silverado Creek Crescent, southwest.
With the cooperation of both police forces, a major supply of ammunition, weapons, drugs, and cash were seized from Red Deer and Calgary.
These warrants were executed on 3 residents in Red Deer and 2 residences in Calgary. As a result of all the searches, Calgary Police Service and RCMP seized body armor containing a ceramic plate, 9 firearms, more than 12,000 rounds of ammunition, and $14,000 in cash, and nearly 400 grams of drugs.
CPS has charged Sean Barry Steer and Wyatt Donald Chapin with 21 drugs, weapons, and stolen property-related offenses.
And finally, a third person, a 55-year-old woman from Red Deer, faces additional drug and weapons offenses. Her name will be released once charges have been formally laid. RCMP continue to investigate and further charges may be laid.
It's a tremendous amount of ammunition, and we're obviously, as a police agency and people living in our community, we're extremely concerned about this. Obviously, we've seen a lot of violence in southern Alberta associated to drugs, and this weaponry is obviously an extension of that violence.
This would not have been possible if it weren't for the cooperation of both police forces.
I think it's extremely important that we recognize that our two agencies in this case work seamlessly together.
The success of the task force and the ability to reach out and work with Calgary Police Service is just an extension of that, and I'm anticipating that the success of this and the sharing of information and how well we work together is only going to further joint operations and have a larger impact throughout the province.